Resource packs, an element of Minecraft present in the game for over a decade now. Back then, they were known as texture packs and would begin gaining popularity with their high customizability and unique features that were groundbreaking and fresh at the time. Whether they improved on Minecraft's default textures, not changing too much, or completely changed how the game looked, players became very fond of them. In addition, popular YouTubers at the time began using certain resource packs, popularizing them forever, becoming associated with them and boosting their reputation. But since anybody can make a texture pack, no matter how simple or difficult, certain ones would rise to great popularity, becoming known almost globally. Certain resource packs would become so popular that they would accumulate millions of downloads across the internet. Certain resource packs would incite so much nostalgia that would almost bring a tear to the eye, reminding older players of their earlier years. Today, we're going to be looking at some of the most popular and recognizable Minecraft resource packs of all time, and how they achieved such popularity. So let's get right into it. Now, in order to find out which resource packs were actually the most popular or downloaded, we can use websites such as Planet Minecraft and CurseForge. These websites display how many times certain resource packs have been downloaded, and also give users the ability to filter all resource packs by most downloaded of all time. But the one issue which we will have is that while both of these websites are extremely popular and are used most often, not everybody downloads their resource packs from these two, maybe using other websites which are lesser known and don't keep track of total downloads. Nevertheless, this should still be an accurate measure of popularity and recognition. So, let's begin. First on our list is one of the oldest resource packs, which was popular in the early days of the game. On June the 24th, 2011, Xray's Pure BD Craft was first released. As of today, it currently sits at a grand total of 2.2 million downloads on Planet Minecraft. Since its initial release, it has still been updated and is currently usable on even the newest versions of the game. Now, the Xray resource pack is designed to make Minecraft look like a comic book and has a resolution from the most basic 16x16 all the way up to qualities such as 512x512. So for those of you who are unaware, a resource pack's resolution roughly refers to how many pixels make up each block. So for example, on normal vanilla Minecraft textures, you can see that there are 16 little squares that make up the length of each side of the block. This means that the current textures are 16x16. However, if we use a 32x32 resource pack, you can see that there are currently 32 pixels on each length side of the block. Therefore, the block contains 4 times as many pixels, meaning it's much more detailed. And this can go really high. Pure BD Craft looks pretty incredible on 512x512, but these high resolution packs often come with a serious performance decrease. In fact, on 512x512, Xray is actually so performance demanding that you need a Nvidia GTX Series 10 or higher graphics card to even run it. And even with my GTX 1080, the game was barely playable. But just looking at the block, you can notice the difference in detail. The size of the 512x512 pack is actually 134 megabytes as well, which is absolutely massive. Now, what's interesting about Xray is that it comes in a range of different resolutions as previously mentioned, and each different resolution links to a different Planet Minecraft page, so there are actually a lot more downloads than meets the eye. In fact, adding up all the downloads from the other Xray Pure BD Craft pages gives us a rough total of around 1.5 million downloads. Therefore, in total, Xray Pure BD Craft has probably been downloaded about 3.7 million times. Now, the pack originally rose to such popularity as it was used by the Yogscast fairly often, first seen in their Tekkit series which began on June the 24th, 2012. The Yogscast decided to use it because Lewis loved it so much, but also because it was compatible with all the modded blocks and items from the Tekkit mod pack. The Yogscast Tekkit series was incredibly popular, with the first episode getting around 11 million views, and as such, Pure BD Craft got a lot of exposure, with many Yogscast fans downloading and using it as well, to the point that the resource pack became associated with them. They would continue to use Pure BD Craft in some of their other videos and series, further cementing its popularity in the Minecraft community. Besides that, the pack was just really well made for the time, and not many resource packs had such quality as was a unique spin added to them. The next resource pack on this list is another very old and nostalgic pack, but before we get into that, consider subscribing. Only a small percentage of you guys are actually subscribed, and it greatly helps me out. No pressure though. Anyways, Dokucraft The Saga Continues is a fan continuation of the original Dokucraft resource pack created by a user named Doku. He discontinued the original Dokucraft resource pack sometime in mid to late 2011, but made all the assets free to use in other resource packs. Another user by the name of Hickory Dickory took over and along with hundreds of other contributors have created thousands of textures and has continued to keep the resource pack updated. Dokucraft is a resource pack which is meant to give off a medieval or fantasy world vibe, similar to that of movies such as Lord of the Rings. It is intended to look a bit rugged but also very bushy and alive. The The first continuation of Dokucraft, uploaded to Planet Minecraft on November the 6th, 2011, has over 1.1 million total downloads. What's unique about this resource pack is that it has multiple different themes. First of all, there is Dokucraft Light, which is a nice light-hearted looking resource pack that is easy on the eyes and looks very appealing and colourful. Then there is Dokucraft Dark, which is more gloomy and not as saturated, providing a more realistic winter look on the theme. And then finally there is Dokucraft High, which is fancy with a very cyan hue. It is intended to look like a fantasy elvish land, I've been told. All three versions of Dokucraft are also 32x32, a substantial upgrade over vanilla textures. Besides these three versions, there is also Dokucraft Dwarven, meant to look, well, dwarven, and it also has quite good mod support and additional features. As I mentioned, Dokucraft is a very open project, which also makes it incredibly unique. In fact, anybody is allowed to contribute to the project, and they even have guides and teach players how to edit resource packs. This is probably part of the reason it became so popular, because many people got invested and interested in it, or learned more about resource packs through it. It's actually quite inspiring to see how the community has worked together and continued to update the beloved pack, keeping the legacy of Dokucraft alive. The next resource pack is one which is sure to incite nostalgia upon mention of its name. The OCD resource pack, made by FV Disco, the same well-known adventure map creator who made the famous Temple of Notch. The resource pack was initially released on August 28, 2011 and currently has over 1.8 million downloads. As FV Disco states, the pack is inspired by the default Minecraft textures, but it is customized to not include any noise, which basically means less detail. And it doesn't have any harsh colors. It is known as the OCD pack as it refers to the fact that all angles involved in the textures are at perfect 90 degrees and all spacing between different colors or designs is even. Therefore, it is intended to be clean, crisp, and symmetrical. As for the pack's history, well, it's fairly simple. The resource pack was initially only private, used just by FV Disco, but after he uploaded some of his redstone creation videos to YouTube, mainly the Temple of Notch, which has over 17 billion views, a lot of people wanted to use it. So yeah, basically people saw it in his videos, which got quite some attention, and due to its simple but easy on the eyes nature, many people wanted to try it out or use it as well. Now unfortunately the pack is no longer frequently updated, but it still remains one of the most unique and recognizable resource packs of all time. The next resource pack we're going to talk about is currently the most downloaded resource pack of all time on Planet Minecraft. First released in February of 2011 and with over 2.5 million total downloads on Planet Minecraft and another 1.2 million on CurseForge, LB PhotoRealism has cemented its legacy in the game. The creator, Scuttles, originally began working on a compilation of mods which made the game look more realistic, as he really wanted the game to look as photorealistic as possible. Eventually that compilation of mods became a new texture pack of its own. So basically, the pack began as an accumulation of other textures from mods and other resource packs, which led Scuttles to eventually begin developing them for himself. The original pack released early in 2011 was a 128 by 128 pack, which was a quite high standard for the time. In addition, this pack was also one of the first realism packs, and that gave it increased popularity, as it would be one of the first packs to show up when searching for realistic looking Minecraft textures. Now, after locating Scuttles' old forum post, I found that there is also a 16x16, 32x32, 64x64, and later a 256x256 version of the pack which was made. But unfortunately, all these packs have not been updated for quite some time. Now you might recognize this pack for an odd reason, but not be able to put your finger on exactly where you recognize it from, and that's because with its popularity in its earlier days, it was featured in an assortment of videos on YouTube, which would have contributed to its growing popularity. However, these days the pack still looks good, but doesn't hold its own as much as it used to, but adding some nice shaders works really well, and the resource pack complements it nicely. Sawtex Fanver is a resource pack which has managed to accumulate over 8.1 million downloads on CurseForge. Sawtex is a smooth contemporary 64x64 resource pack, which is an updated version of the discontinued Sawtex pack by Saw49. The original Sawtex pack was uploaded to CurseForge on August 4th, 2012 and has since been discontinued as I previously mentioned, but the community and fans have continued to update and use it over the past few years. As in the pack's description, the textures are carefully designed to be detailed, but not to be photorealistic, while also being designed to be organic, but not cartoony. Like with Dokucraft, anybody from the community can contribute to the resource pack, and their contributions are reviewed by a graphic designer who makes recommendations and gives feedback on community contributions, ultimately deciding the content of updates. Now personally, I'm not a huge fan of the pack, as it tends to be a bit too clean and smooth for my liking, but that's the desired outcome, to be simple, but effective. On to our final two packs now. First up, one of the most recognizable of all time, the self-proclaimed most popular texture pack in the world. With a grand total of 7.2 million downloads on CurseForge, the faithful 32 resource pack by Mr. Vizzy may well be known as the most recognizable Minecraft resource pack of all time. While on the CurseForge page it says it was only released on October the 9th, 2015, it has been around substantially longer than that, meaning that it would likely have many more downloads than 7 million, likely over 10 million. The Faithful texture pack is very similar to vanilla textures, largely improving on their visual quality, rather than making massive changes to the actual textures. That's why it is called Faithful, because it is faithful to Minecraft's original textures. Faithful is largely known as a HD upgrade to Minecraft's default textures, which is in part due to its 32x32 nature, but also due to its many similarities to default textures, sometimes making it hard to notice a difference in screenshots. And that's a good reason why it got so popular, because players downloaded it to upgrade the textures they already had, which the vast majority of the player base already liked and used. Now, the pack originally began gaining popularity in 2012 when popular YouTubers such as PaulSauce Jr. and AntVenom would make videos showcasing it. In fact, AntVenom seemed to like it so much that he still tends to use it in his videos to this very day. And the pack is still frequently updated and used by millions of players around the world, proving that its legacy has been forever cemented in the game. Now, with us covering all these resource packs, you may think, surely that's it, there couldn't be any more popular than Faithful. Well, you may be surprised, as the final pack on our list is one which you probably wouldn't have thought of, but it's the most downloaded Minecraft resource pack of all time, with over 11.2 million downloads on CurseForge alone. The Xray Ultimate Resource Pack by FilmJolk, originally released in late December of 2014. Now, I'm sure you all know how Xray works. The textures of majority of common blocks such as stone, dirt, grass and more is changed to a transparent texture, allowing you to see through them. And this allows you to see all the rarer ores and blocks, which are not changed to be transparent. A very simple resource pack, which has a very serious impact on the game. While these days Xray mods tend to be more common, Xray resource packs date all the way back to early 2011, where they were first pioneered by popular griefing groups such as Team Abolition, but that's a story for another video. The point I'm trying to make is that there is no one designated Xray resource pack. There have been so many over the decade that it is likely that the grand total of downloads would be upwards of 30 million. And that's not even including Xray mods or hack clients, which include many Xray features, all which stem from the original Xray resource pack made many years ago. They are highly customizable, able to be used very specifically, such as modifying the pack so it only displays diamonds or so that it can display chests and redstone. And resource packs such as Xray are the bane of many Minecraft servers who have to use anti-cheat plugins in order to prevent Xrayers. While Xray has had a mostly negative impact on the game, I can almost say with definitive confidence that it would be the most well-known or recognized Minecraft resource pack of all time, and showing it to anyone who has played the game will make them surely remember. And that's that. Today we have gone through and discussed some of Minecraft's most popular and recognizable resource packs of all time. Now, I'm sure there are a few I've missed and others which I didn't decide to include to ensure the video doesn't go forever. So if you think there should have been some other resource packs in this video, be sure to leave a comment and I may make a second part in the future. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Be sure to subscribe and follow me on Twitter. Thank you all so much for watching.